My name is James Murua. I'm based in Nairobi, Kenya. And I'm well known because I run a website called jamesmurua.com. That's MURUA. And what I do there in my blog is I tell you what's happening in the African literary scene. With Right now, there's a lot of focus on the Anglophone side of it because that's why I'm familiar and that's why I built networks. So what I tell you is if you want to know what festivals are happening, if you want to know what awards are being handed out, if there are call-outs for manuscripts, I tend to carry them. If there are new books that are being launched, if it's being launched anywhere where there are a lot of Africans, if I have the information, I'll post it. So my father was a novelist. He wrote a novel in the early 70s, and there was a lot of reading in my home when I was growing up. So of course you picked it up. Even if you didn't want to, you have no choice. If you're in a reading home, you read. So that's why I picked it up. I left high school, and we have this thing in many countries on the continent where once you finish high school, you stop reading. And I did fall in that trap. But in the last 15 years of my career, because I got into the journalism world, and I discovered that if you're not reading, you're really messed up. You actually don't know, because to write, you need to read. So I picked it up again about 15 years ago. So I'd fallen off, and I had to come back. Yeah, I mean, it's depending on the way you look at it, because it's really dire for many Kenyans, many East Africans. But the best thing about it is I normally attend the Library Awards of Kenya. I've been attending it for the last 5 years. A lot of stuff is being done. A lot of things are happening in that space. But of course, we're talking about maybe like a few thousand libraries in a country of 45 million people. It's not enough. Yeah, there'll always be more libraries in the bigger cities. There'll be always more libraries in the bigger cities, and even in the bigger cities, it's more affluent parts of the cities. So you find the urban poor have a problem accessing it. If you live in arid or semi-arid areas, the only libraries that are available are the mobile libraries. I was actually privileged. I had books in both of those situations. I had books. There was a library with books, whether it's biographies, it's novels, and then there was a library which wasn't too far away, so it wasn't walking distance, but I could go. So yeah, so I had access to a library and I had home. So I was actually very privileged. Well, I have to acknowledge that.